Welcome back to my YouTube channel. We uncover the hidden treasures hiding in plain sight, especially those that might be sitting in your change jar or tucked away in an old drawer without you even realizing their extraordinary value. And today we are diving deep into the story of the 2003 D1 cent coin, a coin that, due to a combination of rare minting errors, unexpected design anomalies, and a series of accidental occurrences during its production process, has garnered attention from collectors and numismatic experts worldwide and is now valued at an astounding $20 million, an incredible sum for a coin with a face value of just 1 cent. And this mind-blowing jump in value can be attributed to a number of fascinating factors that we are about to explore in depth, starting with how this seemingly ordinary coin came to be worth so much. Because while the Denver Mint has long been known for its high production standards and quality control, the year 2003 witnessed a peculiar confluence of events that led to the creation of a limited number of flawed yet historically significant pennies that continue to baffle even the most seasoned numismatists. And what makes this story even more thrilling is that these coins were not intentionally crafted to be special. They were not commemoratives or limited editions, but rather everyday coins that somehow slipped through the cracks of minting precision, making them a prime example of how imperfections can sometimes lead to immense value. And the first key aspect to understand about the 2003 D1 cent coin is the range of errors it exhibits, beginning with the off-center strike errors, where the die failed to properly align with the planchette, resulting in a coin where Lincoln's profile and the inscriptions appear dramatically shifted or partially missing. An error that not only reduces the visual appeal for general circulation but immensely boosts collector interest due to the rarity of such a precise misalignment surviving the minting process. And in several known cases of this error for the 2003 D cent, the strike was off-center by as much as 30 to 60%, making the coin look as though Lincoln is vanishing into the edge, while parts of the words Liberty and the date are either missing or distorted. And these specific misalignments are further intensified by the second major issue, die breaks, often referred to as cuds, where a portion of the die broke off during striking, leaving behind raised, irregular blobs of metal on the coin's surface, usually along the rim or across the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side. And when these cuds appear in combination with off-center strikes, they elevate the rarity of the piece to an entirely different level, particularly because die breaks in 2003 D cents are not widely reported, suggesting that only a small number of defective dies existed and were likely caught and replaced quickly, meaning that surviving specimens are extremely limited in number. Which brings us to the next point, the double die errors, a favorite among collectors because they create dramatic doubling of elements like the inscriptions, "In God We Trust" or "E Pluribus Unum." And in the case of the 2003 D cent, there are documented examples of doubling in Lincoln's eye, nose, and even parts of his bow tie, with some variations showing doubling on the columns of the Lincoln Memorial, which is remarkable considering that such doubling is the result of a misalignment during the hubbing process and typically only affects a handful of coins before the error is corrected. And even more stunning is the discovery of coins from this year and mint marks showing signs of clashed dies, where the obverse and reverse dies strike each other without a planchette between them, leaving behind ghost-like impressions of the reverse on the obverse and vice versa. And one 2003 D specimen exhibits a faint but unmistakable outline of the Lincoln Memorial above Lincoln's head on the obverse side, a surreal visual that collectors prize for both its rarity and its aesthetic oddity. And all of these errors contribute to the coin's immense value. But what really catapults it into the $20 million territory is the near-mythical specimen discovered in uncirculated condition, displaying a combination of off-center strike, die break, doubling, and die clash, all on the same coin, a once-in-a-lifetime convergence of minting mishaps that turned a humble penny into a numismatic legend. And when such a specimen was brought to light through a private auction between elite collectors, the bidding war that ensued saw the price skyrocket to $20 million, setting a record for coins of its type and leaving the numismatic world in awe. And while not every 2003 D penny will be worth millions, the fact that these errors exist means that every pocketful of change holds the tantalizing possibility of fortune, because even lesser errors from this year have fetched thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars depending on their condition and visibility of the mistake. And adding further intrigue is the theory that these errors may have originated during a transitional phase when the Denver Mint was upgrading machinery or training new personnel, which could explain the cluster of anomalies from that period and the absence of similar widespread errors in adjacent years. And this theory is supported by internal reports and anecdotal evidence from former Mint employees who recalled unusually high inspection rates and equipment issues during early 2003. Making these flawed coins not just rare but emblematic of a very specific moment in minting history. And in terms of condition, the grading of a 2003 D penny with errors dramatically affects its value, with mint state MS grades above 65 commanding premiums in the tens of thousands, and a perfect MS 70 specimen with significant errors is considered almost priceless. And some collectors even argue that such a coin should be in a museum rather than in a private collection. But the allure of owning such a rare artifact often drives wealthy enthusiasts to outbid one another in high-stakes auctions. And as interest in error coins continues to grow thanks to online forums, social media groups, and dedicated numismatic channels, more people are becoming aware of what to look for, how to identify valuable errors, and how to differentiate between true mint mistakes and post-mint damage, which is crucial because many fakes and altered coins attempt to mimic these valuable errors, but with careful study and the right tools such as a loupe, a scale, and access to trusted grading services, collectors can verify the authenticity and provenance of their finds. And it's worth noting that the 2003 D cent also occasionally appears with planchette issues, such as improperly annealed blanks that result in coins with unusual colors, ranging from reddish-orange to deep purple or black. And while some of these are environmental toning from circulation, others are genuine mint-caused colorations that add value and interest, particularly when found on uncirculated coins. And among these, those struck on foreign planches, where the coin blank was intended for another denomination or even another country, are especially prized, with at least one documented 2003 D cent struck on a zinc-plated steel planchette intended for a different coin series, resulting in a magnetic penny that astonished both collectors and scientists, since the United States hadn't produced steel cents since World War II. And this accidental return of the composition created a stir in the numismatic world, leading to rigorous metallurgical testing and eventually confirming the coin's authenticity. And such discoveries prove that even decades after a coin's release, new surprises can emerge that challenge our understanding of the minting process. And with continued interest and the rising value of rare coins, the 2003 D1 cent has firmly established itself as one of the most unexpected and fascinating success stories in American coin history. From a simple copper-plated zinc disc to a multi-million-dollar collector's prize, proving that the smallest things can sometimes carry the greatest worth. And as always, we encourage you to check your change, look through your penny rolls, and pay close attention to those coins that seem just a little different, because you never know when you might stumble upon the next great treasure that could change your life. So thank you for joining us on this journey into numismatic history and discovery. And if you enjoyed this deep dive and want to stay updated on more incredible coin stories, hidden treasures, and valuable finds, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update that might just make you a millionaire from your pocket change. Next, 2011 D1 cent USA coins turn into treasure and everyday pocket change could lead to extraordinary fortune, because today's story is going to blow your mind as we uncover the astonishing truth behind the 2011 D1 cent coin that has taken the numismatic world by storm. A coin originally minted for just a single cent but now shockingly valued at a whopping $24 million. And we are not talking about a limited edition or a commemorative release. No, we are talking about a regular coin struck at the Denver Mint in 2011 that, due to a baffling combination of minting errors, unintentional design mistakes, and extremely rare production anomalies, has become one of the most talked about coins in modern American history and a holy grail for collectors across the globe. So before you go tossing your spare pennies aside, listen closely, because this particular 1 cent piece may be hiding in your change jar, forgotten drawer, or maybe even jingling in your pocket right now, waiting to reveal its hidden secrets and possibly change your life forever. And while many coins feature common errors like slight off-center strikes or worn dies, the 2011 D1 piece stands apart because the errors found in a very small number of these coins go far beyond the norm, starting with one of the most talked about misstrikes in recent history, where the obverse and reverse dies were significantly misaligned during production, leading to off-center strikes so extreme that entire portions of the coin's imagery and inscriptions are missing, and in the most valuable known specimen, Lincoln's portrait is nearly cut in half with his profile pushed so far to one side that the word Liberty is mostly gone, and the date appears as a partial, ghost-like set of digits on the rim. And what's even more fascinating is that this off-center strike occurred in conjunction with a major die clash, an error where the two dies strike one another without a planchette in place, imprinting parts of each design onto the opposite die and resulting in eerie, doubled, or reversed images on the final coin that look like ghost impressions. And in this case, the Lincoln Memorial design on the reverse was faintly etched into the obverse side above Lincoln's head, creating a visual anomaly so rare and so dramatic that seasoned numismatists were left speechless upon its discovery. And adding to the intrigue is the fact that this particular coin also exhibits doubling in key areas such as the word trust in the motto, "In God We Trust," with each letter appearing to have a shadow or second impression slightly shifted from the first, a phenomenon known as a double die error and one of the most prized mistakes in coin collecting because of the way it indicates a mistake in the creation of the dies themselves rather than a simple strike anomaly. And that's not all, because this coin also features an exceptionally rare die crack that stretches across the reverse side like a jagged lightning bolt cutting through the shield design that replaced the Lincoln Memorial in 2010. And this shield design, intended to symbolize Lincoln's preservation of the Union, became the site of one of the most spectacular minting errors when the die used to strike it cracked mid-production, creating a raised, irregular ridge that runs from the center of the shield to the outer rim, splitting the design and giving the coin an almost war-torn appearance, a dramatic visual that reinforces the symbolic power of the image while also signaling a significant minting mistake that only increases the coin's appeal and value. And if that wasn't enough, one of the most remarkable errors in this series comes from a known specimen struck on the wrong planchette entirely, likely one intended for a foreign coin or possibly a dime, as the weight and metallic composition of the piece do not match standard specifications for 2011 D cents, which should be copper-plated zinc weighing about 2.5 grams. But in this instance, the planchette is slightly smaller, slightly heavier, and non-magnetic, with a silvery sheen instead of the usual copper finish, suggesting either a blank mix-up or the use of leftover stock from a previous run of experimental coins. And such planchette errors are exceedingly rare and almost always elevate a coin's value dramatically, particularly when combined with multiple other errors as seen here. And the total package of mistakes seen on this particular 2011 D penny, off center strike, die clash, doubling, die crack, and wrong planchette, has made it a numismatic marvel that set off a frenzy when it first appeared at auction, drawing bidders from around the world and eventually selling for an eye-watering $24 million to a private collector who reportedly considers it the centerpiece of his extensive collection of American coinage errors. And beyond this singular example, there are other 2011 D cents with less dramatic but still notable errors that are commanding significant prices in today's market, including partial brokerage where the coin was struck against another coin instead of a die, resulting in mirror image impressions and highly distorted designs. And there are examples with improperly annealed planchets, which due to heat treatment issues during production, appear with odd, blotchy coloration ranging from deep crimson to jet black, making them stand out instantly to sharp-eyed collectors. And while these might not reach the multi-million-dollar mark, they have been known to sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on their condition and the clarity of the error. And what makes the 2011 D cent particularly important is the timing of its release during a period of modernization and transition at the US Mint. As new machinery was being introduced, new digital design techniques were being tested, and adjustments were being made to coin compositions and production volumes in response to rising metal prices and public demand. And within this context, It's easy to see how a handful of mistakes might have slipped through the usually rigorous quality control processes, particularly during high-speed production runs at the Denver facility, and the sheer rarity of finding such a coin in uncirculated or mint state condition only adds to the appeal, because most errors of this kind are either caught and destroyed or enter circulation and quickly become worn, damaged, or corroded, losing much of their value in the process. But the specimen that fetched $24 million was found in nearly perfect condition, likely plucked from a fresh roll before it ever entered general use, and preserved with extraordinary care by a collector who recognized its unique features and historical importance. And the lesson here is clear. No matter how common a coin may seem, extraordinary value can be hidden beneath the surface, waiting to be uncovered by those with the patience and knowledge to look closely. And that's why coin hunting continues to be such a popular and rewarding hobby, because it's not just about the money, it's about the thrill of discovery, the joy of learning, and the possibility that even the smallest, most overlooked objects can hold incredible stories and unexpected treasures. And for those who are serious about identifying valuable errors, it's crucial to invest in a good magnifying glass or loupe. Familiarize yourself with the normal characteristics of coins from each year, and compare closely for signs of doubling, misalignment, cracks, clashes, or discoloration. And when in doubt, sending the coin to a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC can provide authentication and significantly increase the coin's value on the open market. And keep in mind that while the $24 million 2011 D cent is exceptionally rare, other valuable error coins continue to surface regularly, often found by everyday people who simply took the time to look closely and learn what to look for. And that means anyone watching this video could be the next person to stumble upon a hidden gem worth thousands or even millions of dollars. So don't ignore those pennies, examine them, learn from them, and treat them with the respect that a potential fortune deserves, because the next great discovery might be closer than you think. And with more attention being paid to modern mint errors thanks to social media and online marketplaces, awareness and interest are only continuing to grow, driving up prices and making it even more exciting to be a part of this incredible world of coin collecting. So keep searching, keep learning, and most importantly keep watching our channel for more incredible stories of coins that defy the odds and change lives. And if you found today's story inspiring or educational, be sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new upload that might just lead you to your next big discovery. Last 2016 D1 cent USA coin. Ordinary pocket change transforms into extraordinary fortune, and where every cent tells a story far beyond its face value, because today's feature dives deep into the incredible tale of the 2016 D1 cent coin. A penny that for most people would seem insignificant and mundane, but which, due to an unprecedented series of errors and minting anomalies, has reached a shocking estimated value of $18 million and has stunned both novice collectors and seasoned numismatists around the world. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you stay with us till the end, because what you're about to hear could change the way you see every coin in your wallet or drawer, and possibly make you the next person to uncover a life-altering discovery sitting in plain sight. Because the story of this remarkable 2016 D penny is not just about a mistake. It's about the incredible convergence of rare events that happened at the Denver Mint, a place typically known for its precise, high-speed production, but in this rare instance, allowed several unique and drastic errors to sneak through the cracks. And when all those errors appeared on a single coin, it instantly became one of the most valuable modern-era coins ever documented. And what sets this particular 1-cent piece apart is a mind-blowing combination of multiple minting flaws, starting with a strikingly off-center strike that displaced Lincoln's portrait so far to the edge that his profile was cut in half and parts of the date and inscriptions were missing entirely, which alone would already increase the coin's value significantly. But this particular coin didn't stop there, because it also displayed dramatic doubling in the motto, "In God We Trust," and in the word "liberty." A double die error caused when the die used to strike the coins was misaligned during the hubbing process, resulting in the appearance of slightly shifted or shadowed letters that collectors absolutely covet. Due to their rarity and the difficulty in spotting authentic double dies, And when found on a newer coin like the 2016 D penny, which was minted by the billions, such a clear and deep doubling anomaly becomes significantly more valuable due to how few survive in pristine condition with the error clearly visible. But this coin's rare traits didn't stop at doubling, because further examination revealed a prominent die crack stretching from the rim near the date to Lincoln's chest, forming a jagged raised line across the surface of the coin that signals structural failure in the die itself and adds yet another layer of uniqueness and value. And then there's the die clash, another critical element that enhances this penny's appeal, where the obverse and reverse dies struck each other without a planchet between them, leaving behind ghost-like impressions of one side's design on the other side. And in this case, parts of the reverse shield from the Lincoln shield cent design could be seen faintly pressed behind Lincoln's head on the obverse, creating a surreal and eerie double image effect that numismatists call one of the clearest and most artistically dramatic clash die examples in modern US coinage. And as if all that wasn't enough, the coin was struck on an experimental planchet, a composition error in which the blank used to make the penny was not the standard copper-plated zinc but instead a slightly heavier planchet with traces of tin and nickel, possibly left over from a testing batch or accidentally mixed in from planchets intended for foreign coin production. And metallurgical tests confirmed that this particular penny weighed more than standard specifications and had a non-magnetic but unusual density that differed from all other coins from its production run, making it a genuine wrong planchet error, an already rare occurrence made astronomically rarer by the presence of multiple other dramatic minting flaws. And to top it off, the coin was discovered in almost uncirculated condition by a casual coin roll hunter in Colorado, who initially thought it looked a little off but had no idea that the small copper-colored disc he held in his palm would go on to fetch $18 million at an elite numismatic auction attended by some of the biggest collectors and investors in the world. And it wasn't just the condition and the errors that made this coin so desirable. It was also the story, the mystery surrounding how such a drastic accumulation of mistakes could happen in the 21st century, when minting technology has reached incredible levels of precision and when coins are examined, counted, and inspected by high-speed automated systems. But as several former employees and insiders revealed later in interviews, the Denver Mint in early 2016 was undergoing a series of system upgrades and personnel rotations, which may have led to a short period of reduced oversight and an increase in minor technical problems. And it's during this rare window that the now famous 2016 D-era penny was likely produced, slipping through unnoticed among billions of perfect coins. And what this coin shows us is that even in a system designed for perfection, randomness can still find a way to create something rare, beautiful, and immeasurably valuable. And this realization has fueled an explosion of interest in modern pennies, especially those minted in the last 20 years, with collectors going back through old rolls, checking bulk bags, inspecting bank boxes, and buying up uncirculated lots just to chase the next big find. And the demand for error pennies from the 2010s has skyrocketed, especially those showing any signs of doubling, die clashes, cracks, or off-center strikes. And thanks to social media, YouTube, and online coin communities, more and more examples of minor 2016 D errors are being reported daily, including partial brokerage where one penny was struck partially on top of another, misaligned dies causing strange warping of inscriptions, and even lamination errors where the outer copper layer begins to peel or flake, exposing the zinc core beneath in strange and unpredictable patterns. And while most of these will not reach million-dollar levels, many are already being sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, particularly if they are professionally graded and encapsulated by PCGS or NGC, the top coin grading services trusted worldwide. And with every new discovery, the legend of the 2016 D penny continues to grow, cementing its place as one of the most important modern coin era stories and inspiring a whole new generation of collectors who realize that numismatics isn't just about dusty old silver dollars but about the thrill of finding something amazing in your everyday change. And if you're wondering how to check your own 2016 D pennies, start with the basics. Examine both sides under a strong light and magnification. Look for signs of doubling, especially on the motto and the date. Check for unusual ridges, bumps, cracks, or ghost-like images that don't belong. Weigh the coin to see if it deviates from the standard 2.5 grams. Listen to the ring test, which can sometimes reveal planchet composition differences. And when in doubt, consult with experts or send the coin in for grading, because the tiniest details can mean the difference between a common penny and one worth millions. And the beauty of it all is that these coins are still out there, still hiding in rolls, still waiting to be found by someone who takes the time to look. And as more collectors share their finds and more attention is drawn to the incredible value hiding in what most people throw away without a second thought, the value of higher pennies like the 2016 D will only continue to climb. And some experts even speculate that if more dramatic specimens surface, the record-breaking value of 18 million could be surpassed, creating new benchmarks for modern coin values and changing the way the public views era coins forever. So don't let your pennies go unchecked. Keep them, search them, study them, and know that within the realm of coin collecting, anything is possible, even from a piece of metal worth just 1 cent on the surface, because underneath that copper coating may lie an incredible fortune waiting for the right eyes to recognize its value. And if you enjoyed this story and want to hear more incredible tales of rare finds, unbelievable errors, and million-dollar coins, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a story that could lead you to your own life-changing discovery.